There's certain words that we say to ourselves that I'm on a mission to make sure that we stop saying to ourselves. A little while ago back in Veda, I did a video talking about trying to get rid of the word just. I also told you at that time that as I came up with more of these words, I was going to make another video. Well, today is one of those days. The word we're trying to get rid of today, expensive. I really don't like that word, and I'll tell you why. It's very limiting. Like, I understand where people are coming from because this is what we have been told by other people. This is the way that we should approach the word expensive. But here's the reason why you should stop saying it. Because there are not a lot of things that are really expensive, right? In other words, if there's someone out there where the product price matches their value proposition, matches what they desire, want, or need, they'll pay for it. There are many, many market research professionals out there for all of these companies that are making things that you either want to buy, and with their knowledge, with their work, with the things they come up with, they determine the price. Now, if a company makes something, say price X, and nobody buys it, that might actually qualify as expensive. But what we normally are talking about when we say something is expensive or try to tell somebody else what they bought is expensive is that product did not match your value proposition, or even more important, that product didn't match your wallet today. And here's why this is important to finish this thought. Maybe there's a product that you kind of sort of want. I'm just going to pick on the ZV-1 because it was close by on the desk when I grabbed it. And you really want this camera, but it's $700. But maybe right now you only have $350. And you really need it, not even just want it, like you really need that camera. But you can't justify the additional $350. So you say to the world, not just yourself, you say, the ZV-1 is expensive. You say to all the other people out there that it's expensive. And while you're doing that, you're blocking your ability to earn the extra money to get the item that you really want. Like you absolutely really want it. So for instance, I really want a cinema camera. And they started about $6,000. But to look at a cinema camera and say, like the A1, the Sony A1, to say that's expensive, because all the blogger guys are saying it's expensive. All the guys on the internet are saying it's expensive. But what they're really saying is that product doesn't match their wallet, or that product doesn't match their value proposition. Because trust me, they're sold out. So obviously they're not that expensive because they're sold out. The new iPad comes out. Oh, it's a $2,400 iPad. Oh, that's expensive. Really? How come it's sold out in an hour? Because there's people that the value proposition match their current capability to purchase. And that's what market professionals do. If you are in business, you are setting your pricing accordingly to what the market will bear. If not, you're charging too little. If no one ever tells you that your price is too expensive, you're probably charging too little. The other thing, there's a certain amount of value that is perceived by the price of an item. When the item is priced too cheap, it is perceived as cheap. It is perceived as it's impossible. There are things right now that you refuse to buy because the price doesn't seem right because it's too cheap and you just don't realize it. So, in closing, it is okay to say that my budget or my needs don't match that particular price right now. It is important to say that I want to get to that particular point. But if you just blurt out it's expensive from an emotional standpoint, from a scarcity standpoint, or a lack of having standpoint, you are actually blocking your flow for your ability to get to the level where you can buy the item that you really want or need.
What?
We won't get into wants and needs right now, but just to simplify this conversation, like if you are trying to get to the place where you can buy a fully loaded machine that will flush out your studio or your creator capability, if you're trying to get to a place where you can buy a brand new lens and say that lens is $2,000, looking at it the day that you decide you want it and saying it's expensive because somebody else in the blogosphere or some reviewer or some other person in your circle said it expensive, and you copy that thought, you repeat that thought, you are blocking your flow from your ability to get that. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, try this experiment for the next 6 months to say, that value doesn't match me. I don't feel it has enough value in it. I don't think that is right for me. Those are different conversations. Try saying things that way as opposed to just saying expensive, especially when you're trying to tell somebody else what their wallet is doing. That level of thinking is actually messing up your own flow. Think about that for a little bit. I'll see you in the next video.